Hi everyone, welcome to Advice Looking Twice. This is Monica and we're doing week ahead reading for all signs, going through Aries to Pisces. And I'm recording this on the 18th of July, but whenever you feel drawn to watch the reading, that's when you should watch the reading. I'm going to try and timestamp so you can watch your sun, your moon, your rising, any other sign you want to watch. Okay. I'm using the Good Tarot deck, new deck that I got. And I have shuffled the cards, but just a little bit more before we get started. Okay, how's everyone doing? So looking at the week ahead, I'm going to start with Aries. Let me just write that down. Let's see a minute. Okay. Show me week ahead reading for Aries. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who voted. We are going to do situation, challenge, and outcome or advice because that's what got the most votes, at least for now, okay? But thanks to everyone who voted and commented on that poll. So show me week ahead for Aries. There we go. So we have the situation is the Magician. The challenge is the Empress. And the outcome is the Five of Pentacles. Let me clarify that. With the Ace of Water or the Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Air, so the Five of Swords. So Aries, you're dealing with some sort of drama that is going to potentially result in a loss or you walking away from something, because in the situation we have the Magician. This could be you dealing with a Gemini, sometimes also Virgo, or that's just what I heard now. The situation is something you're trying to get started, and it's something that is you've prepared for this. You've taken the time to do the research, to put in the work, to put in hours, energy, money, whatever this is, okay? It's something that you have had to put together, and now you're trying to move forward with it and present it to someone, potentially to the Empress. The Empress is Taurus, Libra energy, but they're showing up as the challenge. So this person, I feel, is going to decide. They get to decide on what you're presenting, what you're putting forward. So whether this is having, these are major arcanas, okay? So this is something that's very, very important to you, that influences a big, big part of your life, okay? And it's something that you've worked very, very hard towards, Aries. And the Empress is the one who has to decide whether or not they accept your proposal, whether or not they approve of it, whether or not they will put it forward, whatever the case may be, okay? Now, to give you some examples, this could be where you put forward a romantic proposal to someone. This could be where you prepare yourself for an interview and you present yourself in the best light possible, and, you know, this is the interviewer, and they get to decide if you get the job or not. This could be where you put a business plan forward to an investor or a bank or whatever, okay? And the challenge is that despite the fact that you did everything that you had to do, the challenge is the last call is with someone else, right? Someone else gets to decide on what you've done. And the Five of Air with the Five of Earth and the outcome talk about a loss, a sense of a loss. So either you don't get the job or the house, or the proposal isn't accepted with the Ace of Water. This is what you're trying to manifest, okay? It could be your dream job. It could be, you can see Charlie there. Your dream job. It could be a romantic proposal. It could be new job. I said that already. New home or a business, home business type thing, okay? But it looks like, at least for this week, Aries, it's not going through because they're asking you to change something. You have 2 5s, so they're asking you to change something in your proposal. And it's then back on you to decide if that's something you're willing to do. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. So they're asking you to change something within your proposal that you've already planned out, you've already done the work, you've already researched, you've already decided this is what it is, and they're coming to you saying you have to change it, otherwise it won't go through. Okay, and so just be prepared for that this week, Aries. It's still up to you, okay, if you want to make these changes or if you want to resubmit your proposal to someone else. We have the Queen of Air, so that's it. It's your decision. It does feel like a disappointment initially and a loss, and it is because it's not going through the way you planned, right? But it's your decision on what you want to do with this. Yeah, the Four of Air. I feel like for some of you, you're going to give it some time and then reapply or reinitiate the conversation. And for others, you are going to make the changes with the Tower and then resubmit. Okay, but just be prepared. Have plan B ready, Aries, this week, because it doesn't look like it's going to go as planned initially. Okay, whatever this is. So I hope this helps you. Okay, moving on to Taurus. Let's say 540. So show me Taurus week ahead. Show me week ahead for Taurus. What's Taurus dealing with in the week ahead? Okay, there we go. The situation is the Page of Swords. The challenge is the Empress again. The outcome is the Hanged Man. And let me just clarify this one as well with the Moon. Okay, these cards are brand new. They're a little bit bigger than your typical tarot deck, so a little bit difficult to handle, or more difficult to handle. I just have to wrap my hands around them a little bit differently. But they're brand new, so they're a little bit sticky as well. Okay, so if I drop them or whatever, bear with. I'm getting used to them, but they're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Air or the Two of Swords with the Four of Water or the Four of Cups under that. So there's a decision, a choice that needs to happen, but I feel like this is an offer that was made previously to you with the Four of Cups, Eight of Air. It's something you blocked, or it's something that you didn't want or rejected at one point or another, and they're trying to come back. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, you have swords here. And they're trying to come back and they're trying to talk to you about it, okay? They're trying to clarify something. They're trying to make it right. They're trying to fix it. In the challenge, we have the Empress, and I'm seeing this is you, Taurus. It does represent Taurus, Libra energy. But I'm seeing this is you. It's almost like you've outgrown this situation. You've outgrown this person. You're no longer interested in what they have to say or what they have to offer, okay? Quite simply put. Because I get the sense that this has been either an on-again, off-again situation or a repeated case of broken promises, okay? And with the Eight of Air under the Four of Cups, they might have ghosted you at one point. They might have just ignored you. They might have just stopped responding to you. Just kept you in the dark completely with the Eight of Air, okay? And you were trying to reach out. You were trying to figure out what was going on. You were getting no response. And here they are coming back. Oh my God, I just realized you're the best thing that ever happened to me, Taurus, in whatever capacity, okay? And the challenge is for you to remember where you are, what it took to get here, and to just be in your power. That's all you have to do with the Empress, right? Acknowledge your own power and be in your power. In other words, not get tempted to go back to something that is less than what you deserve or just beneath you, right? And in the outcome, I feel like that's what you're doing because we have the Hangman with the Moon. I feel like this is you ghosting this person, or this is you, well, not even ghosting because you're just not responding. It's not like you're having a conversation back and forth and then all of a sudden you take off. You just don't respond to this person, and that's what I see for a lot of you, okay? You leave them in the dark where they belong with the Hangman and the Moon card. Releasing the situation completely. Okay, this cycle has run its course in your life. I feel like it was a very difficult cycle and it took a lot to get you to this point where you don't feel like it has the same power over you as it once did. And I feel like you're just releasing it. You're just not responding to this person. And for some, I do feel like it's romantic. For others, it's happening with friends and family. And it could even be with work where you have handed in your notice, and that is what has sparked this conversation with the Page of Air. Oh no, wait, let's talk about this. And you're like, well, I've been trying to talk to you for ages. You've just been ignoring me, basically. So I know I deserve better. You're not giving it to me, so I'm just gonna walk away. Okay, I'm gonna go find something else. And with the Empress, you have other choices, definitely. Okay, better choices, actually. Yeah, so I feel like you're releasing a situation There was an action that you took, whether you handed in your notice or you stopped looking for this person or you stopped trying to get a hold of them, you stopped chasing for answers or for whatever, you just stopped. And in the quiet, they realized, hold on, where did Taurus go? And when you either told them, if it's a business situation, you told them because you had to give notice. But if not, they're asking people, what's Taurus up to? They haven't been reaching out to me. And then these people are telling them, oh yeah, they've moved on. Taurus is dealing with other things and other people in other places. And then here they come all of a sudden. Oh my God, Taurus, don't go. But I feel like this is just not responding. Ignore, block, not respond, leave them on red, not having the conversation. And it doesn't faze you. You're completely at peace because you know you're doing the best thing for you. Okay, so that's amazing. And I'm glad to see that for you, Taurus. And with the Empress there, your challenge is to remember who you are and not get sucked back in to this situation or this person. Okay, because you have offers that match who you are. You have offers that are at your level. Okay, and it's almost like the final test. Do you recognize your own worth, Taurus? Are you going to go for what you truly deserve, or are you going to go back to a situation that you know is never going to change and they're never going to give you what you deserve in whatever capacity this is? Okay? Okay, so 11:35 for Gemini. Here we go. Show me Gemini in the week ahead. Guys, show me Gemini in the week ahead. What are they dealing with? So we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. What's going on with this Empress? Okay, we have the Knight of Air, so the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands, and the Hermit with the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, the Empress. Okay, so Gemini, you are dealing with, for some of you, this is a true pair, as they call it. So it's definitely a soul tie, a partner. Usually romantic, but doesn't have to be. It's the power couple of the deck, right? Page of Air under that. There's communication going on. You might be dealing with Taurus, Libra energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. We also have Virgo. We also have Aries again here. There's a conversation. There's something with the Empress at the bottom of the deck that you're very, very drawn to. You're very, very attracted to this, or it's vice versa. We're going to see. The current situation, it looks like with the Knight of Swords, you have taken action towards something. Hi, with your traveler. You have taken action towards something. There may have been conversation about this in the past, but I feel like you were hoping to get more of a chase out of that conversation and you didn't. And so then this shifted the power dynamic. Okay, so usually you would have a conversation, someone would chase you. And it didn't happen here. But you're very drawn to this person. And so you are then having to take action to kind of like follow up on that conversation because they're not going to. They're not doing it. Okay. The challenge is with the Queen of Fire, there's a lot of attraction here. There's intense attraction, if I can say a lot of attraction. There's intense attraction here. With the Empress and the Emperor in the deck, you could see this person as your counterpart. You could see this person as your true partner. Okay. I also get that they're very, very independent. I hear fiercely independent, which you are as well. But it's come to that point where you can either leave it at that, no one's going to do anything, or you have to take charge and take action in the situation, okay? To be clear with the Page of Swords and the Knight of Swords, to be clear on your intentions and what you want from the situation. Because the challenge is the Empress and the Queen of Wands, they attract, right? But they're not going to go chasing. They're not kings. They don't go chasing. They attract. They sit there looking pretty. They know their own worth. They know what they deserve. And they just attract people and opportunities to them. And then they discern what they're going to go with and what they're not going to go with. But if you expect an Empress to chase you, that's not going to happen. Okay, I'm just going to tell you now. In the outcome, with the Hermit and the Emperor, this is definitely like a leveling up type situation. Because you're becoming the Emperor. You're getting it. You're getting the fact that this person is different. that they're not going to react or respond in the same way that others that you have dealt with have done in the past. There's knowledge here with the Hermit. There's a leveling up. There's an understanding. And it's almost like, okay, I have to respect you and treat you the way you deserve to be treated and kind of come to your level. I have to come to your level. And I choose to do that because I respect you and I realize your worth. And I choose to do that, right? I choose to meet you on your level. It's almost like this person challenges you to grow up, or this person challenges you to level up. Does that make sense, Gemini? And that's just one scenario that's come through very, very clearly. For those of you, you might be dealing with two different people, with the Empress and the Queen of Fire, and then there's a choice between the two. But then it's very easy to compare. It's not that complicated or convoluted. The Empress stands alone. The Empress is apart from all the other queens. No matter what kind of queen you are, the Empress is just on a different level. You know what I mean? And I feel like you've been dealing with queens, male or female, doesn't matter. Okay, take the message. You've been dealing with queens and you've met this Empress and you've treated the Empress as you did the queens, and the Empress doesn't respond like the queen because she's the Empress. And so it's almost like, okay, I get it. I have to kind of come to your level for you to take me seriously. And I feel like that's what you're doing. So Gemini, this week, you could start a really beautiful partnership that is, it could be like your happily ever after. It could be the one you end up with for the rest of your life. I'm not even going to lie. Okay. Now, if this is happening, because I know not everyone's dealing with love, if this is happening with work or anything else like that, okay, there are some intense conversations based on your worth and what you want and deserve. So there's some intense conversations with the boss because you have other options, and you're making your boss aware of the fact that you know that you have other options. And as a result of this, I do feel like there may be some, okay, let's sit down and hammer it out. Okay, what salary are you going for? If you want a raise, where are you thinking? If you want a different title, if you want, okay, let's work together here, because again, they recognize your worth and they treated you like you were just going to be there and take care of business for them. And then you're like, well, actually, I'm doing that, but you're not rewarding me accordingly. Okay, you're not doing your job properly. And so I feel like there's some, it can be very intense conversations with the boss or figures of authority, executives, even with the Empress and the Emperor. In which case your advice is to go in, to be honest, to stick to the facts, be careful of being too blunt, okay? Be diplomatic, but speak your truth. And there's some sort of a new partnership or a new title or promotion or more money or something along those lines, or you being put as the head of something as a result of those conversations, okay? So similar energy is, someone has to come to your level and treat you as you deserve, and with the respect that you deserve, okay? Because you're standing your ground and you're refusing to be like everyone else who's afraid to speak their mind and who's afraid to ask for what they deserve. So that's good. Good for you, Gemini. Okay, let's go to Cancer. 1840. What's going on with Cancer in the week ahead? What's going on with Cancer in the week ahead? Show me Cancer in the week ahead. Cancer in the week ahead. Nope. They're big, guys. Cancer in the week ahead. There we go. Okay, what do we have? We have the Three of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles with the Two of Swords. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Earth. Okay, Cancer. So a lot of financial decisions, or at least one, not a lot, but one big one. Financial decisions are coming up here. There's an offer. It would take you away from what you're used to, or it would take you away from where you're comfortable at. The Eight of Pentacles talks about a situation that is offered to you. You would have to put work in. You kind of have to learn as you go, almost kind of be in an apprentice energy, learn as you go. But it would pay off for you greatly because it would lead you to the Ten of Pentacles, right? And that's what we're looking at here. This is what is offered. This is where it may take you. The situation with the Three of Wands is you might have to travel for this. You might have to relocate for this. Or it's just saying that this is something that you haven't done before. It's very different than what you're used to, okay? The challenge is the Ten of Pentacles. The challenge is you're already in a situation or in a place in your life or in your relationship or with your job where you're comfortable, okay? You're comfortable, you're content. It's not to say this is, flipping amazing, and you're content. It fulfills all your needs, it's fair, it's calm, and you know what to do, you know what to expect, it's predictable, and you're content, okay? But then there's this offer, and you have a choice to make that you didn't have before, right? And it would have to mean you starting over with the Ace, okay? So if you're choosing a different path, it would have to mean you starting over. And you start from scratch. You're the apprentice. You start from scratch. You build your way up. And so you have a choice to make of, do you stay where you're comfortable? Everything's okay. It's predictable. You know what to expect. It might not bring a lot of passion and excitement into your life, but all your needs are met. You're content. It's good. It's a good life, right? But there's this other situation that has a lot of, passion, excitement. It's different. It's new. And so you're going to have to make a choice of, do I stay where I am, or do I change course? If I do change course, I'll have to start from scratch because it's so different. I don't know what to expect, and I'm just going to have to figure it out as I go. Yeah, Nine of Earth under that. I feel like for some of you, the decision is, do I stay in a relationship? Two of Earth under that. Do I stay in a relationship, or do I walk away from the relationship, potentially even a marriage? I'm not even going to lie, okay? Because it's humdrum, it's predictable, and it might have been what you were looking for at one point, but I feel like there's a lot of newness that is coming into your life. New places, new people, new opportunities. You feel different. And you're starting to assess this long-term commitment that you've made at one point. You're starting to assess it. Do I want to take this to the next level, or do I want to start something completely different? Okay, I feel like that's where you are, Cancer. I also see moving here. And you might have to, it's a good thing, but it might be that you have to move faster than what you had planned. Or there's more work, because we have all these pentacles. There's a little bit more work or more time or a little bit more money to be put into it to push it over the finishing line, if that makes sense. Okay. So, interesting. I'm just going to leave it there. With the Two of Swords as the outcome and advice, Cancer, this is a situation where you're contemplating leaving a long-term commitment for something that you're more passionate about. You're going to have to address it, first of all, because I feel like you've been running away from this decision or this conversation with yourself. You're going to have to address it, look it in the eye, and just work it out for yourself, okay? With the Two of Swords, you're going to have to listen to your intuition, okay? You're going to have to go with your instinct, because both choices have their merits, and it's just about where you feel you would be happier. Do you know what I mean? But in terms of work and money, though, I do see a lot of progression, recognition. You might be asked to go back to the office if you've been working from home, or you might be asked to travel more for your work as a result of some sort of progression or promotion. But money is looking good and improving. Okay. And yeah, for some of you, definitely putting a lot of unexpectedly having to pay for a move. So I don't know if you weren't planning to move and something shifts in your dynamic or your relationship even, and then you have to put some money towards moving because now you have to find a place. Or you've been waiting for the place to be ready and it needs a little bit more money, or something along those lines is also coming up. A lot of different scenarios for you, Cancer. Okay, moving on to Leo. 47-ish. What's going on for Leo in the week ahead? Show me Leo in the week ahead. Leo in the week ahead. Okay. There. What do we have? We have the Knight of Swords. The Empress as the challenge. What's going on? Strength card in the outcome. That's your energy. With the Hangman. Bottom of the deck. The Page of Air. Who had this? It's Gemini, wasn't it? Page of Air there. Messenger of Air there. The Empress somewhere over there. Okay. Leo, there's a conversation with the Page of Air. There's truth that is being revealed. I feel like there's truth that is being revealed that is disappointing. We have the Emperor under there and the Queen of Fire, but that's probably because they stuck together. There's a truth that is being revealed about something that you've invested a lot of time and energy into, and it can be a romantic partnership with these two, or it can be a business partnership. And here's this truth being revealed. I feel like someone hasn't been completely honest. Someone hasn't been on the ball. The Tower under that. Yeah, something's being revealed about how someone has been just behaving badly, pretty much. Because the Queen of Fire can be like the other woman, the other man, the other woman, depending on if you're male or female. But with the Tower, she can be a bit of a temptress as well. So, and that's just how I'm picking it up here. But there's, yeah, truth being revealed about something you've invested a lot of time and energy into. The other party has not been doing what they said they would, or they've been doing stuff that they shouldn't have. As a result, this is confronting someone, filing for divorce. This is speaking your truth, but not only that, you're doing something about it. Because the challenge is either you care very deeply for this person, or you have children with this person, or you just put a lot of time into this situation, time, energy, effort, money. However, in the outcome, we have the Strength card. Now, this is you holding back. This is you controlling your emotions, tempering your emotions. And with the Hangman, you might be saying, I need a break from this to clear my head. And with the Strength card, you're like setting boundaries. Don't call me, don't reach out, just leave me alone. I need to clear my head. For others of you, this is where you it's almost like you take everything back. You take your emotions back, you take your money back, you take your time back, if you can, you know what I mean? And just completely walk away from this with the Hangman. Because this is the energy of sacrifice. And with the Strength card, you're pushing yourself to walk away from this because it's unfair. There's a lot of, again, I get this, there's a lot that has been invested here. So walking away would not be your first choice. However, because of the truth that is being revealed, something happened where the other person just crossed a line that they should not have crossed. And you can't condone that. it's like the deal breaker. Okay, they went past the deal breaker, and that's it. It's no contest, no question for you. That's it. Okay, because something abruptly just breaks. That's it. It's done. It's crumbled. No, I don't want to fix it. No, I don't want to work on it. No, I don't care your excuses. No, I don't want to hear it. You're gonna hear me, and then this is what I'm doing about it. Taking someone to court, going to the boss, something like that, okay? The challenge is, again, all this time and energy and money and everything else that has been invested in the situation. So your decision would not be, it's not an easy decision, but at the same time, it's such a disrespect and it's such a deal breaker, and they were aware of it. They were aware that was a deal breaker, and they did it anyway. So you can't, with the strength card here, you can't go back on that. You can't give in. You can't pretend nothing happened. You can't just forgive. With the strength card there, it's a matter of your pride and your dignity. And you might say, I need a break to clear my head. Don't talk to me. Don't reach out. Let me figure it out. Or you might say, I'm done with this absolutely and completely. Don't talk to me. Don't reach out. We're done. There's no conversation. Okay, so I don't know what you're dealing with, Leo, but it's definitely intense. Yeah, family issues. Yeah, with that can be a case as well, because we have the Emperor, and the Empress could be parents' energy or just family. But it gets to a point where there's no turning back, and there's nothing else that you feel you can do in the situation. And it also becomes very clear to you, Leo, that you're the only one working on it. The other person just doesn't care, right? They say they do, but then they do what you told them not to do to your face. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not seeing remorse. I'm not seeing, oh no, I'm sorry. No, it's just, yeah, okay, that happened. You know what I mean? It's just, it's so, and that's what gets you, Leo. That's what pushes you over the edge to say, who do you think you are, and how do you think you can treat me this way? I have to show you, and I'll show you that you can't treat me this way. If it means taking you to court, if it means never speaking to you again in my life, it'll be somewhere in between the two. But you're doing something about the situation because it's costing you energy, time, money, for no reason. You're just sacrificing it. You're just throwing it out the window because it's not leading to anything constructive. Okay? So I'm sorry you're dealing with this, Leo, but you have to do what you have to do. And it's not about letting your pride rule you. It's not that kind of situation. I would caution you against it if it were. This is, have some pride. Stick to your pride. Stick to your dignity. You know what I mean? Don't let them take that away. Okay? So, I'll leave it there. I hope that helps. It's intense. It's difficult with the Tower, but it has to go. 6 of Fire under that. You have to go. Whether that means moving out, whether that means cutting these people out of your life, whether that means just walking away from the situation completely. It's happening because you have to go. You just have to go. And that's why they took you to your breaking point. Because you just have to go. There can be no more discussion. You're very welcome. I really hope that helps. And if it's a partner, if it's family, I don't care who it is, and you shouldn't care who it is. It's not a case of, oh, we're family, so we have to get along. Hi, Lisa Jade. It's not a case of, oh, we have children together, so we have to get along. Says who? If you make my life miserable every day of my life, why would I try to get along with you? Do you know what I mean? So put yourself first and just get yourself out of that situation. Okay, moving on to Virgo. That was intense. 34, 54. Okay, let's look at Virgo for the week ahead. Virgo for the week ahead. Show me Virgo for the week ahead. There we go. 7 of water, 7 of cups. The call, which is a judgment energy. The king of air and the outcome. So that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. With the 7 of wands. Bottom of the deck, page of air. And the queen of air. Okay, what's going on here? The 8 of air. It's a lot of air, Virgo. Okay, page of air at the bottom of the deck. Are we tired of seeing him at the bottom of the deck right now? Conversation, right? Messages, truth being spoken. We have the queen of air and the king of air. So it can be about a partnership, a romantic partnership. This true pair kind of situation. But it can also be a legal thing. It can also be two people that have a lot of history together, is how it's coming up here. Current situation, the 7 of cups. There's a conversation and it kind of opens up options for you, Virgo. With the 7 of cups, 7 of water. Either you haven't heard from this person in a while with the 8 of air, the 8 of swords, or there was either no conversation or there was like blocking thing going on. And here's a conversation. It's coming from the air sign to you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, to you. And it kind of opens up the possibilities. The challenge with the judgment card, it can be about a reconciliation. It can be about, yeah, there is, isn't there? It can be about a reconciliation. It can be about starting something over. And it's something that I feel with the judgment card being the challenge, you had already made up your mind about this, Virgo. And it's almost like you're being asked to do a double take. Do you still think and feel that way, or do you want to change your mind? Okay. In the outcome, you have the king of air, the king of swords here, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, with the 7 of fire or the 7 of wands. Now, this is coming up a couple of different ways. For some of you, it's you blocking this person and saying, no, thank you. I don't know what happened in the past. I know they're trying to come back around. And you're like, no, I still feel the same way I did when I said no to you a while ago. Go away. For others of you, I feel like this person is persistent. The way they're coming in now is they are persistent. They're going to fight to get through to you, or fight to see you, or fight for you. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, the Knight of Air. Are we tired of seeing him as well? They're going to fight for a chance with the Magician and the Chariot. Yeah. So Virgo, you're dealing with someone who's coming back after a time of no contact, no conversation. They left, they ghosted you, they stopped paying attention to you, whatever the case may be. It wasn't easy, but you got to the point where you said, okay, enough is enough. That's it. I'm done. You stop reaching out, stop looking for this person, that's it. You're done. Cut them out. And now they're coming back to talk to you about options, to talk to you about what could be. And your job is to think about it, or that's your challenge. Do you want to go for it and, change your mind and go back to this? Or do you want to keep them blocked and keep them out of your life? And that's what's going on for you, Virgo. Be aware that this person will be persistent with the Knight of Swords and the 7 of Wands. Be aware they will be persistent, especially if this is a romantic situation. Also with friends and family, especially if someone has done you wrong, and now they really want to talk to you about it. They really want to apologize and they really want to make it right with the Judgment card and all these swords. If this is an illegal case, I would say tread lightly. I feel like someone's trying to manipulate a situation, because I saw the Magician. Someone's trying to manipulate a situation to almost to get you to calm down and back off because they know they can't win. And they may try to intimidate you or bully you, Virgo. Now, we know that's not going to work, but just let you know, they're going to try. But it's not going to work because you see right through them. You know exactly what they're doing and why. And there's just no chance this is going to work. And they're doing this because they know, or they were advised, there's no way they can win. And it's almost like, go try to make peace with Virgo. Maybe they can back off, or maybe we can resolve this in an amicable way so that you don't have to pay what you're going to have to pay because you're going to lose. Does that make sense? Very interesting. But Virgo, you stand your ground. You do what you've been doing because you're coming out the winner. Okay? So I'll leave it there for Virgo. Kind of clear cut and to the point, which is good. Just means the ball is in your court. Whatever scenario you're dealing with, it's up to you to decide what you want to do with it. If you want to take it, if you want to leave it there, if you want to fling it back, whatever. But just know you have options coming up if you want to, if you want them. You have choices coming up if you want to make different choices. You have this either a legal win or a moral win, but I do feel like there's damages to be paid either way. And then this person trying to grovel and, pretend that, oh, let's just be friends. And you're like, are you serious? Think this is going to work? Are you serious? Okay, moving on to Libra. 4213-ish. Okay, hold on. I made my coffee and forgot to drink it. Okay, show me Libra. Let me see if I can kind of shuffle them a little bit better. Well, it's just a little bit better, isn't it? They don't stick together as much. They're new, so you can see they're not even. But they're gorgeous, so I don't care. Okay. So, show me Libra for the week ahead. What's going on for Libra in the week ahead? Libra in the week ahead. There we go. We have the King of Fire or the King of Wands, the Two of Earth or the Two of Pentacles, Ace of Water or the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and at the bottom we have the Seven of Air. Okay, let's see what it says. Well, Libra, first scenario before I even clarify further is someone's trying to come back into your life to get you to reconsider, to give them a second chance because they love you oh so much. But you're very anxious and scared if you should believe them or not, because with the Seven of Air at the bottom of the deck, they have lied and deceived you before. That's one scenario. And what I would say with that, your advice is to trust your gut. I also hear once a cheater, always a cheater. Take that for what it's worth. But that's one scenario. If that's not going on in your love life, I feel like you are, what is it? Once burned, twice shy? Is that the phrase? You have some trust issues, Libra. And there's this person coming in, a new person with the King of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and they're offering you something. And it seems genuine with the Ace of Cups. However, you're looking at it like, is it too good to be true? with the Nine of Swords. Because of these trust issues that you got with the Seven of Swords, because we all have trust issues if we have dealt with a-holes in our lives in whatever capacity, pardon my French. Okay, let's clarify then. What else can you tell me here? We do have the Nine of Water under the Seven of Air. So that tells me that it is, whatever is on offer is a wish fulfilled. With the Four of Cups under that, it's almost like, they're gorgeous, aren't they? It's almost like you're afraid to get your hopes up again with the Four of Water under that. But we do have the Ace of Air and the Ace of Swords here telling me and you that what is on offer is genuine. We have the Five of Fire under that. This is how you feel about it. You feel conflicted because you're drawn to what is offered, but then there's this trust issues, and it's like, I don't know. But I do feel, if it's the same person, be careful, because I still feel like they're not 100% honest with you. They may be trying to be a better person, but I don't think they're there yet. So I'm just going to give you that to deal with. But if this is a new person, yeah, you're afraid of getting hurt again. You're afraid of getting your heart broken again with the Five of Earth there. And the Hangman is telling you to look at things from a different perspective. You're looking at things from the lens of these trust issues, this pain that was caused. And the Hangman is telling you, try to look at it from a different perspective. Can you do that? Are you able to do that? To give it a shot. You can try, okay? It's two aces. It's just the beginning. You can try and see how you feel. This isn't, make a lifetime commitment at this point. You can try and see how you feel and see how it goes. Because I feel like if this is a new person or a new opportunity, a new offer to you, whether it's love or with work or to partner up with someone or whatever it is, I feel like it's genuine. And your challenge will be, can you shift your perspective? It's not saying completely ignore red flags. It's not saying that. But it's saying, can you shift your perspective so that you don't go looking for red flags, so that you can give something the benefit of the doubt and give it a shot, still keep your eyes open in case something pops up that's not quite right, but to give it a shot. Yeah, because it's a similar situation, because now you're looking at things through a particular lens, and it's difficult to bring something new into that. It probably won't even go together. It won't even fit, right? Because that's how when we look through a situation, when we look at a situation through the lens of past pain, but that situation is brand new, we're going to put our past pain on it, and we're going to turn it into our past pain. Does that make sense? We corrupt it. So this is what's going on here for you, Libra. If it's the same person, be mindful, be careful. I still feel they're BSing. They might try to do better. I'm not saying they're completely, evil and manipulative. I do feel like someone's trying to do better. However, they can only do so much, and I feel like they're not at that point in their life where they can be this better person that they're trying to be. They're not there yet, okay? But if it's something new, I feel like it's genuine, and your challenge becomes to look at it from a different perspective to see if you can even give it a shot with the benefit of the doubt, but open up to it. Because it is genuine, and it is a wish fulfilled, and it is something that would grow to be what you want and what you deserve. It's just up to you, Libra, what you want to do with it and how you can wrap your mind around it in a way that you at least give it a shot. But again, of course, it's completely up to you. Okay, so I'll leave that one there. And it is difficult, we've all been there, and it is difficult to almost like, but it feels like it's like a switch, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm looking at things through this perspective, and everything I look at is something that would potentially hurt me. So we're just so guarded. And it's almost like a switch, like for the tram lines or train lines or whatever, where you just look at it slightly from a different angle, and you're like, well, yes, it could go wrong, or it could go, I end up getting hurt or whatever. But I see something good in it. I'm going to focus on giving it a shot and seeing what happens. I'll acknowledge the positive. I'll keep an eye out for the negative, but I won't go looking for the negative. Does that make sense? It's almost like a switch that needs to happen in the brain. Okay. So, moving on to Scorpio. 15, 19. Moving on to Scorpio in the week ahead. What's going on for Scorpio in the week ahead? Scorpio in the week ahead. Scorpio in the week ahead. There we go. We have the 4 of Air, or the 4 of Swords, the 8 of Fire, or the 8 of Wands, the High Priestess, the 7 of Earth. Bottom of the deck, the Ace of Air, or the Ace of Swords. There's a new opportunity for you, Scorpio, that is coming out of the blue, and it's true. You're very welcome. And it's true, is what I want to say. It's true, it's genuine, it is what it looks like. It's coming completely out of the blue. Yeah, look, it is what it looks like with the 9 of Water, and it is a wish come true. I feel like you have been in repose. You have been in rest and healing mode. Withdrawn, focusing on healing, focusing on getting yourself to a balanced place, mentally, emotionally, financially, maybe, I don't know. But you have been in this time of pause. And here's this new opportunity that comes completely out of the blue that needs action. The challenge is it needs action, and it needs action fast with the 8 of Fire. Isn't that beautiful? The 8 of Wands. And you have to decide in the outcome with the High Priestess and the 7 of Earth, or the 7 of Pentacles. You have to decide, do I want to invest in this? Do I want to build? It's, Scorpio, whatever it is that you've taken a step away from to heal because something happened. And again, that could be emotionally, romantically, it can be financially. It can be something that triggered something within yourself. And you said, okay, I'm just going to step back and work on that and heal myself, right? Get myself to a better place. But here's this opportunity coming your way out of nowhere. It's directed completely straight to you. It is what it looks like, is what I want to say, however it appears to you. Your challenges, do you come out of that place of a bit of a cocoon that you've been in, right? And get back out there with the 8 of Wands? Or do you do nothing and let this opportunity pass you by? It's completely your choice. And just because something is a great opportunity doesn't mean, we have to force ourselves to take it. If we don't feel it, we don't feel it, okay? But at the same time, at least consider it. Why is it that you're not feeling it? Is it because you're afraid to get back out there? Or is it because you don't feel like you're quite prepared for it, right? So you have to find your motivation, what your motivation is, and be honest with yourself with the High Priestess. Because it can be something that, you work on, but it pays off, right? It's not going to be something that you work on and it just goes away or it falls apart. And I feel like this is something that you've always wanted with the 9 of Cups, but it's coming to you a lot faster than you expected, or it's coming to you at a time where you don't feel like you're prepared for it. You feel like you just need more time. But you have to figure out if you not wanting to get back out there is out of fear, or genuinely you need more time to heal, right? So that's going to be your challenge for the week, Scorpio. Because it is an amazing opportunity. And it wouldn't come to you if you weren't ready for it. So I'm going to give you that to think about. Whether or not you feel like you're ready for it, it wouldn't have reached you the way it is if you weren't ready for it. So consider that as well. Because there may be, it may be the time to kind of kick back into life, because I do feel like you've withdrawn. And you're in this place where you're by yourself, or you can rely on yourself, or you're working by yourself, or you're not looking to connect with other people because they just end up disappointing you and whatever. And so you're in this safe place where not a lot happens, right? You're in this safe place where it's just down to you. You control what you allow in, what you don't, and you don't allow anything in. And while that is necessary, when we're at that point where we do need to step back and close ourselves off completely so we can just focus on our healing, that can be, it can end up being a bit of a gilded cage. It can end up being, well, I don't, when you've been inside for so long that then you're just afraid to go back outside. So Scorpio, it's kind of clear and to the point. You're going to have to decide what you're going to do with this amazing opportunity that's coming your way. And it can be an offer. It can be a beautiful idea that then requires you to take action with it. It can be this surge of energy that you feel, and then you're like, okay, I want to do something with it. Or you just say, oh, I don't know what's going on. Let me just go take a nap. And, this will go away by the time I wake up. You know what I mean? It can be like an impulse to do something, and it's just down to you if you follow it or not. But it wouldn't come to you if you weren't ready for it. Okay, so if that's what you're telling yourself, I don't think it's quite true. Okay, moving on to Sagittarius. 57, what is it, 34. Okay. Let me just fix my paper here and I can, well, I don't know what's hanging off the table. Okay, Sagittarius in the week ahead. Show me Sagittarius in the week ahead. Sagittarius in the week ahead. There we go. The 6 of fire, so the 6 of wands, the 3 of air, the 3 of swords, ace of air, page of air, making an appearance again, and the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. So there's an opportunity to heal something. 8 of water. There's an opportunity to heal something, but you have to let go of what hurt you. You might be dealing with a Taurus, or this is to do with family or long-term commitments. You have the King of Fire and the Temperance. That's your energy. Sagittarius is just saying that it's going to have to be your decision. Current situation is the 6 of fire, so the 6 of wands. I don't. One sec. Need more coffee. And this is saying you're in a good place. I feel like this is where you are excited about things. You might be traveling or wanting to travel. There's some sort of a victory. There's some sort of a positive attention coming your way. It could even be recognition. It could be praise. But you're moving forward from a place and you're confident about it. The challenge is the Three of Swords, the Three of Air. The challenge is there's still some sort of disappointment. There's still some sort of heartache or heartbreak that you carry with you. On the surface, you feel great, right? You're confident, or everyone sees you as very confident, but in actuality, you're still a little bit disappointed and heartbroken and afraid, right? In the outcome, we have the Page of Air and the Ace of Air. So the Page of Swords with the Ace of Swords. So there's again, we have this energy of victory. It could even be a contract, something legal, right? But you have to walk away from something else. So let's throw some examples out there. With the Hierophant, it can be a job, or you climbing the ladder, as it were. You have received a lot of positive attention from the bosses, and they're offering you a contract or a different job. I feel like you have to travel for it, or actually you have to move for it. With the Six of Fire and the Eight of Water, Strength card under that. So you have to sacrifice something to accept this new opportunity. It is something that you want. It is something that you worked hard towards, but you have to sacrifice something to get it. It won't fit into your current dynamic. It will have to take you out of your current dynamic. So whether that means, I do get, if it's just traveling more, then you don't have enough time for your friends, your family, your usual routine. But I do feel like it's moving for a lot of you, moving away or being away from home for 2-3 days, and then you're home for another 2 days. There's something where you have to sacrifice something to make room for this new situation. If it's with love, you have to release, I feel like, a Leo who hurt you, or someone who's very narcissistic. Because there's someone coming in, maybe Earth sign energy, Taurus in particular, or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Or it's a Taurus who's just completely genuine. You get what you see, right? You see what you get what you see with this person. And this is where someone's wooing you. Do people use that phrase still? They're trying to get your attention. They're giving you praise. They're showering you with compliments. They're sending you flowers or whatever the case may be. But you're still recovering from this past hurt, and maybe still connected to it, right? You know how someone hurts you, breaks your heart, and it's 5 years later, but you're still hurt by it and you're still thinking about them. No judgment. We've all been there, myself included. And then there's this new situation that's amazing, and this person is so genuine, and they have such positive intentions and long-term intentions. And they'll tell you with the Ace of Air and the Page of Air. They'll tell you to your face. They'll be honest. They'll be genuine. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. And they'll mean it. So it becomes, Sagittarius, do you give them a shot? I also hear, do you let them help you heal? But yeah, it'll be up to you, Sagittarius. You have this new situation. If it's to do with your emotions, you have this new situation coming in. Someone who is very honest, very open and genuine, and they want long-term with you. And then your challenge becomes, can you release the past, the person, what happened, the hurt? Or are you going to kind of stay where you are and not accept this opportunity? If it's if you're waiting for someone with the Eight of water, if you're waiting for this person from the past that you're feeling the distance and the separation from, sorry to be blunt, but they're not coming back. Okay. So take that for what it's worth. And then here's this person who, if you let them in, they're never going to go away. They'll always be there for you. So you have to decide what you want to do with that. Another scenario is I feel like someone's trying to get you to commit, but you're not quite ready. They might give you an ultimatum. They might break up with you temporarily. And that leads to a very open and honest conversation about what commitment is to you and to them, etc. And yeah, if it's with work, it looks amazing, but you're going to have to make some sacrifices to make room for this new opportunity, because it will take more time from you and your loved ones, or it will mean you being on your own more, or it will mean you traveling more, or even relocating. But it's amazing. So you will kind of have to figure out what you want, Sagittarius. Lisa's writing. Yeah. Well, I hope that makes sense, Lisa. And listen, we're looking at the week ahead, so it may not have come up yet, but just be prepared. Okay, then we're going to move on to Capricorn 106. Show me week ahead for Capricorn. What's going on in the week ahead for Capricorn? Week ahead for Capricorn. Okay, so we have the Tower. Week ahead for Capricorn. So something surprising, unexpected. Justice. Strength, all majors. King of Earth, pure energy. And the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. Okay. One scenario that I'm getting is, I feel like it's something that you tried to keep hidden or avoid having the conversation. You're so welcome. Something happens, you either blurt it out, or something happens in the environment and you have to have the conversation, because it's about making something right with the Justice card. And you want to hold on to something with the Strength card and the King of Earth, or the King of Pentacles. So it's almost like something that you want, but you don't want to say you want it, is now going away. And so that triggers you having to have this conversation and trying to make it right. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's major arcana energy, so it can be about anything. But that's the energy that I'm feeling, okay? Something that you kind of kept to yourself, didn't really want to talk about it. It's something that you wanted. It's now changing, shifting, or potentially going away. You didn't expect that. And that pushes you to have the conversation, to try to make it right before whatever it is goes away, because you want to hold on to it. Yeah, the Ace of Water. It can be that you're not expressing how you feel about someone, and all of a sudden you hear they're dating, or all of a sudden you hear that they're seeing someone, or that they're open to dating, whatever the case may be. And so that kind of lights a fire under your behind. It could be someone that you're on a break from, or you were together, now you're separated, but you never told them that you still love them, or something like that. And then, or it's about a breakup, it's about a divorce, you change your mind. Maybe this was like almost like a power play, like a bluff. I'm not happy, I want to break up. And then this person says, yeah, okay. And you're like, oh, okay, okay, so just hold on. Sorry, that's not what I was expecting. No, let's talk about this, because I don't want to let this go. Okay. For those of you, this can be about a house move with the Ace of Water and the Tower. I feel like there's a legal win for some of you, and you get the house or you get the property. And for others of you, this isn't something that you planned for, but something happens that's meant to happen with the Justice card. And with the Strength card and the King of Pentacles, it's like, okay, I don't really have a choice. I'm going to have to do this. But it feels a little forced. Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands, the Ten of Fire, the Ten of Wands. Yeah, so definitely a house move for some of you. Or something shifting in the house, in the living arrangement. The Seven of Fire is about boundaries. I don't want this, I don't want that. Things being blocked, people being closed off. We have the Three of Water under that. I feel like you're changing your mind, Capricorn, about walking away from something or severing ties with someone, because you realize there's still emotion there. And it might take seeing this person ready to move on or trying to move on for you to actually have that conversation of, I don't want things to change, hold on. I want to hold on to them as they are. Maybe they're talking to you about, I think it's time to just move out of this place. You get your place, I'll get mine. Or they're talking to you about, I think it's time for you to move out, or I'm going to move out. Maybe that's what sparks this conversation. But the bottom line, whatever scenario you're dealing with, in whatever capacity, there's something that was hidden. It's forced to the surface. It's forced to the light, to be spoken, to be addressed, to be expressed. And it may be to do with a house move for some of you. It may be to do with still having feelings. It may be to do with, again, reconciliation energy, Ace of Cups, Three of Cups. Or a house move of some sort. I think I said it already. For some of you, what I'm seeing is this is someone else that's decided to detach or walk away. Well, it's similar, isn't it? Yeah, someone else detaching and walking away, establishing boundaries, talking about moving in, moving out. And so that kind of forces you to express how you really feel about the situation. Interesting. This can be around, if this were something happening with work, there's an offer coming in completely out of the blue. But you might have to travel for it. You might have to relocate for it. And I feel like there's some arguments about it with the Strength card and the Seven of Wands, with your partner or with your family. Because someone doesn't want to change the dynamic that you currently have. Okay. So I'll leave it there. The advice in this case is to be true to yourself. You only get one life. You have to live it for yourself. It's not to say be selfish and have your head up your own, you know what, but you have to give yourself a shot, you know what I mean, to be happy. And it's also a lesson in honesty and just being open. Because I feel like if you don't, something that you do care about, is going away. So interesting. All right, moving on to Aquarius. 1, 2. Show me Aquarius in the week ahead. Show me Aquarius in the week ahead. What's Aquarius dealing with in the week ahead? Aquarius in the week ahead. Okay. Justice, the Hermit, King of Fire, the Tower, Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. Okay, so Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Can also be Virgo because we also have the Hermit. The situation is the Justice card. With the Queen of Air, this can be about a contract or a legal situation. The challenge is the Hermit. It might be that something is taking longer than expected. This is also where you need expert input, or someone needs to put their approval on something and it's just taken forever. And that's a challenge. Or the challenge is you need more information, you need someone else's input. In the outcome, we have the King of Fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It can also be your energy, especially, if you're trying to get something going, if you are an entrepreneur, or if you're just going for what you want. It's that kind of energy. And the Tower. Now the Tower here is breakthrough. I feel like you've been trying to accomplish something one way because that's what you were told with the Hermit. That's the process, right? And you've been working towards it. And it hasn't been coming together for whatever reason. And it turns out you're talking to someone else. You're taking matters into your own hands with the Justice card. You're getting a second opinion, right? You're questioning what was told to you by this expert that you didn't question before because, they're the expert. They know. If they don't know, who's going to know, right? But now it's like, let me get a second opinion. And that's your breakthrough. This could be you or it could be a fire sign giving you the second opinion. And it's someone who is doing what you're trying to do. So they're giving you the practical, not only the theory, right? I feel like someone has been giving you the theory. Well, you do this and you do that and you do this and that and the other. But that's just like on paper what the process is. And this is someone who's actually been doing it. And they're like, yeah, well, when they say that, it's actually this. And they're giving you the missing information, a missing piece. And now you have this breakthrough. Does that make sense? Okay, so that's one scenario. Queen of Water, Queen of Air. Look at that. Beautiful. And the Six of Water, the Six of Cups. So that's one scenario. The other scenario that I'm looking at is you changing your mind, you changing how you view something or someone. You might have been completely detached from a situation and focused elsewhere. Because we have, with the Hierophant, there's some sort of commitment that is possible. I feel like you have a friend around you. I feel like I said this in the mid-month for Aquarius. You have a friend around you, or someone you view as a friend, or someone you treat as a friend, you kept as a friend. But it's almost like you want to speak the truth about that situation. You want to make it right because you do view them as potential commitment material, as it were. And the challenge, they might be at a distance from you. Maybe that's what kept you from trying, to move things along with this connection. Oh, we don't live in the same city. How would that work? Or not even the same country. How would that work? You know what I mean? But you've been trying to be completely rational about it. You thought you were doing the right thing or the most logical thing. The logical thing. But there's something, they spark passion in you. They spark an attraction It's like they wake up your heart. And it's like all of a sudden, everything that you thought about this just crumbles. Because it's like, it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, the Strength card. You've been holding yourself back, but it's 5 of Earth and 10 of Fire. It's become a challenge and it's become a burden because you miss this person, or you wish you were closer to this person. That could be location-wise or emotionally, or to talk more. And so I feel like you're having some sort of an epiphany of, I don't want you to be just my friend. This gets Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. I don't want you to just be my friend. Let's try, see where this could go, right? So that's kind of cool, Aquarius. You do you. I mean, if you don't talk about it, how are you going to know? You know what I mean? If you don't have the conversation, how are you going to know? But I feel like that's what's coming up. And it could be that they initiate this conversation and that makes you kind of rethink things and you come up with a different perspective about it. Interesting. So I'll leave it there. A couple of different scenarios. But the bottom line is you have the opportunity to create change in your life. For the better, definitely for the better. And if it's about work, career, business, your finances, even your health, get a second opinion and talk to someone who is doing what you're asking about, right? Because you've been given one side of the process, you've been given the theory of it, but because you've been trying to work towards that, that's the reason why it hasn't been working. Because the theory doesn't match reality. Do you know what I mean? And so you need that practical approach. That is the missing piece. Okay. And Pisces, 1/22/22. Synchronicities there. 22/22. Okay, Pisces in the week ahead. Show me Pisces in the week ahead. What's going on for Pisces? Pisces in the week ahead. What's going on for Pisces in the week ahead? There we go. If I see the Page of Swords again, I'm telling you. Page of Earth. Okay, that's a different page. The Hangman. The Lovers. The Tower. And 7 of Fire at the bottom of the deck. I do feel like Aquarius is dealing with Pisces. Some Aquarius with some Pisces. Because it's a similar thing. It's a conversation. Something that was kind of left up in the air, not discussed about, whatever. And it's an offer that comes in out of nowhere. Something that was previously blocked. And now it's like, let's talk about it. Interesting. I'm a Pisces sun, so what is this? Okay, so that's one scenario. I also feel if it's about work, it's something that was previously blocked or you were told this can't happen. We didn't get approval. And the challenge is, you kind of have to stick in there or kind of let go of the idea for now, right? And this could be that new job or becoming permanent or more money, the promotion, the transfer, whatever it was. And you kind of just had to let it go and leave things as they were because it was blocked from higher up. And here comes the contract with the Lovers. Out of the blue, unexpectedly. The flip side of that is the Lovers can represent choice. You can have a different situation offered to you. than the one that was initially discussed and blocked, and you were told give it more time and we'll try again or whatever. And it could be that one breaking through, or it could be a different one, and I have a choice to make. Do you hang in there for this one, or do you go with the new one? That's kind of cool. King of Earth, Taurus or Capricorn. Also, again, talking about your money, your work. And if it's with love, something that was previously blocked, someone was closed off to it, completely closed off. Like, nope, that's it. It's not happening. Queen of Fire. The Moon. I feel like someone's been watching you from afar. Queen of Air. Page of Air. Someone's been watching you from afar, and they might have blocked you at first, or not necessarily blocked you. They could have blocked you, but just kept you at a distance. Just pushing you away, just keeping you at a distance, keeping you in your place, right? But they've been admiring you from afar with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Wands, and they're very, very drawn to you. And I feel like that is the person reaching out and having a conversation. It'll start off small. It will start off like some sort of act of service, offering to be of service, offering to be a help, or even things to do with how's work, education, how's school, how's that going? Asking for advice maybe, or offering advice. The challenge is seeing it from a different perspective, because if it was blocked before, you're like, okay, well, I know what that is, and it's not going to happen. And now the challenge is, well, could it happen? Could it happen? Because you've built it up in your head in one way. Okay, this person is just my friend. They're always going to be my friend because they don't want to be anything else. And I kind of have to make my peace with that and move on. Because I tried, and they blocked me, and they blocked me, and they blocked me. And I didn't want to push it. But, it is what it is. And now here's this Ace of Fire. Someone's passion has been ignited. They've been watching you from afar and are very impressed with what you do, who you are, how you carry yourself. And they're talking to you about just, stuff. It's not going to be anything romantic. You won't be able to, they won't be like in your face, this is how I feel, and this way. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like the long way around. How are you? How's work? How's this? How's that? What do you think about this? And what do you think about that? It's just a lot of conversation. And it's almost like they've decided to let it, if it wants to grow, to allow it to grow, right? Because they may have seen potential for this to grow in the past, but they weren't interested, or this could have been you. And it's almost like this time they're saying, well, I want to open the door. Yeah, Page of Water, Page of Cups. I want to open the door. Let's just talk. Let's just get to know each other. And if it grows, then it grows. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. And this is coming out of nowhere, Pisces. Because again, you're like, I know what this is. Tried, didn't go well. Pushed it, didn't go well. I had to make my peace with it. Let it go. And now they're like, you're thinking, well, why are they so communicative all of a sudden? What's with all the messages? What's with the calls? Why do they want to see me? What's going on? You know what I mean? And they're all nice and genuine and affectionate, maybe even. You know what I mean? And you're like, But there's a lot of attraction between you and this person. But I feel like one was holding back because they weren't ready, or they thought they didn't want this. Well, they did, but they were holding themselves back. You know what I mean? And then the other one had to hold themselves back because, well, if I want to have you as a friend in my life, I need to stop hitting on you. Does that make sense? Or I need to stop having those kinds of conversations with you because you'll stop talking to me. And now the chaser is going to be chased because they stopped chasing. And yeah, here comes the other person. How interesting, Pisces. How very interesting. You're going to have to let me know what this is. I'm going to keep my eyes peeled Because this is really nice. It's like someone changes their mind. It's like someone opens up to the possibilities of something that they have closed off to before, and they've made it very clear that they were closed off, and now they're like, they're entertaining it, and it just becomes, what do you want to do with it, Pisces? And if it's work, I mean, something that was just left hanging is breaking through, coming in thick and fast, new opportunity. Or you have a different one coming in. It'll be different for everyone. And then you have a choice because you have 2 pages, so it could be 2. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps. I hope you like the cards. I do. Thank you for being here. Thanks for commenting, for liking. And I'm just going to go finish my coffee, drink some water. And I'll try to do maybe a feels personal reading a little bit later on. I don't know if it'll be a live or recorded. I haven't decided. It just depends how I feel and what kind of energy I have. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. Hope it helps you with the week ahead. And remember, watch especially the week ahead videos, watch them whenever you feel drawn to them. So even if I don't post one week, you can go back and watch some of the other ones that were posted, whatever you feel drawn to. I do that. Sometimes I go and watch a video from like 2 years ago from a YouTuber that I follow, because it just, all of a sudden, it just pops in my feed or my searches, and I'm like, and I just watch it, and it's something there that makes complete sense to me, but it's 2 years old. Does that make sense? So just watching divine timing, that's what I mean. But I'll leave it there. Thank you again for being here, for all your wonderful support. Have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.